Y'all, we're going to try this again. You can, what, baby?
You were on quite a while too.
I was on like 20 minutes, I think. I don't know. It was something like that. I made it a little wise. I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to try this again. Because, oh my gosh. The TV cut out downstairs, the phones cut out, and the computer cut out. Everything cut out. If it happens again, and I lose connection again, I'm going to drive 20 minutes to the closest big town and go live from my car. We have had the internet people out here numerous times. And now they're telling us that we have to reset every single device in our house when the internet connection goes down. We have to reset everything. Like we have to unplug and plug back in the TV. We have to restart all the computers, the phones, everything that's connected to the Wi-Fi. You guys, yeah, we looked into HughesNet. So whatever questions I had not answered, please put them back in there if you hop back on. If you can't hop back on, I'm very sorry that my internet is really that bad. We looked into HughesNet, but the other people in the area that have HughesNet, they said it's just as bad. It's no better at all. And I'm not about to spend $200 a month for something that's no better. And the other one was Starlink. We looked into that. It was going to be a $500 startup fee for Starlink, but for where we are and with how many satellites they have up, they said that there was a good chance that it wasn't going to be much better than where we are now. So I'm just holding out hope. They said starting in April, they're going to start running fiber optics. I don't know when they're going to get to my house. They said summer. So hopefully by the summer, things will be better. Oh my cow. Living out in the country, y'all. Hey, if I have to do the truck stop visits like Ken and Nisha had to do, I'll go start doing that. We'll have library visits. I'll go sit outside the public library. I don't know if y'all are on Instagram or if you follow me on Instagram. I posted a story last night at 9 something, 8 something, 9 something at night. I was sitting outside the public library attempting to upload using my phone's hotspot connection because that's how bad the internet was everywhere. It was ridiculous. So if I get locked up again and disappear again, I will drive to town and go sit outside the library and go live from the car. Anyways, magic pill. So this little girl for 5 days did not eat. And Dr. Barry always says it. A lot of people always say it. When you get hungry enough, you will eat. It's true. When you get hungry enough, you will eat. I myself have been guilty of not letting my kids get hungry enough. Bella didn't eat for like 2 or 3 days, and that freaked me out. And so I stopped it. And I was like, no, I'm just going to give her a banana. I'm going to give her, whatever. So one of the reasons my child is so difficult is honestly, it's my fault. Because I do still give her other things. I make her eat protein first, but then she eats the other stuff too. Now it's like berries, yogurt, like a no sugar yogurt. She has protein bars that she still eats, pork rinds, that kind of stuff. So it's not fantastic. But this little autistic girl on the magic pill, on day 5, she woke up and she started eating steak and broccoli. Like nothing had happened. Like she was like nothing had happened. She got hungry enough that she ate what she was given. And 5 weeks into the experiment, fasting, not kids, they'll be okay. Unless they're a diabetic. But so then 5 weeks into this experiment, the low carb experiment, she's like calming down. And I can't remember if she said her first word or she was like getting close to it, but she started sharing her toys. And she was a totally different kid. So, and they could not get her to help. And when it's autistic kids, it's all about the texture and the food aversions and things like that. And they were like, just push through, just stick to it. Do not give her what she wants. And one of the little interviews when they do with the dad during the film, they were like, the dad said he was like in the middle of them withholding food from her, all of her favorite foods, and she's pitching a fit. Well, she found an old bag of goldfish and she ripped it open, and the way that she went at it was primal. And the dad said it reminded him of when he was on drugs and he needed that next hit. The look on her face was like terrifying because she ripped into this bag of goldfish and she was literally just like inhaling it. And I mean, he said it was terrifying to witness. And so that just helped them be even more firm in their decision to withhold the carbs and go with the keto foods only. They had to starve out their autistic daughter, who was 5, 6, 7, something like that, around that age. So she wasn't old enough to really fully understand anyways. And then with nonverbal autism on top of that, they couldn't explain it to her. They couldn't really get her help in the kitchen. It didn't matter. She wanted what she wanted and there was nothing else to it. 5 days later, she started eating and it literally changed that family's life. So sometimes we just got to be mean. And I have started doing that with Bella. I'm like, no, you're not getting anything else. You either eat that or you can eat it tomorrow morning for breakfast. And she's like, oh, okay. And now she's eating it. They will eventually eat 100%. Have I noticed that my appetite has diminished greatly since the iodine? It's a totally new sensation for me. First time in my life that I am not hungry all the time. I am never hungry. So for me, it's normal. I'm literally never hungry. I think I've been truly hungry maybe 6 times in my life, and that's it. So my hormones have really been screwed up for that long. So I'm never hungry. But that is one of the things that I heard in the iodine crisis is that people's hunger levels, their hunger hormones, and their weight was able to stabilize. And I wonder if that's part of it for a lot of people who are overeating. You don't realize that you're overeating. Some people are overeating and you're hungry all the time. Part of it's because you stretched out your stomach. There's all kinds of things that go into it. But that is one thing that seemed to be a pretty big theme with the iodine was weight normalizing, whether it was gaining weight or losing weight, because some people needed to gain, they were able to, and other people needed to lose, and they were able to. So the iodine, it does not surprise me at all, because if every cell in our body needs it, that includes our stomach cells. So, and the cells and all of our hormones come from the iodine affects all of our hormones. In the book, it's over there. In the book by Dr. Brownstein, iodine, what it is and why you can't live without it, or why we need it, why you can't live without it. About halfway through that book, and it is way more sciencey than the iodine crisis. Way more sciencey, more medical. So for anyone who has that bone, who does understand the science and they want to know more about the medical aspect, this is the book for you. Of the 2 books, that is by far the more superior in-depth book. So do that book. And if you really want to get deeper into it, I'm only about halfway through, but he talks about, for example, T4 and T3, the 2 hormones that they talk about testing your thyroid, that they will take those measurements and they'll look at it and see. Lots of people, who have Hashimoto's, their thyroid isn't functioning properly. They have problems with these hormones. Well, the funny part of this is that my hair, I'm going to chop it all off. T4 has 4 iodine atoms and T3 has 3 iodine atoms. That's why they're called T4 and T3, because of the iodine atoms. So doesn't that tell us that iodine is pretty darn important? Now, that's one of the reasons they believe that hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, and all of these thyroid issues like Graves' disease are on the rise because we are so iodine deficient. I cannot stress this enough. The more I read Dr. Brownstein's book, the more I highly recommend that you continue your education on iodine and, if possible, find an iodine literate doctor to work with, because he also goes into when iodine doesn't work for some people. You can actually hurt yourself if you overconsume the iodine and your body isn't processing it properly. So you have to be really careful about it. It actually talks about how your body produces hydrogen peroxide, and when there's an imbalance and your body isn't processing things properly, that you'll get an abundance of the hydrogen peroxide and it will start to hurt your cells. So that's why he recommends the companion nutrients. The ones that he's talking about in this book right now that I've heard most of is riboflavin and niacin. So vitamin B2 and vitamin B3. Well, us carnivores or even keto goers, if you kept your protein high enough, should be consuming enough B2 and B3 from our food alone. However, if you have absorption problems, if you were to go get blood tests and they would say, oh yeah, you're deficient in vitamin B12 and B whatever, but I'm a carnivore, I eat a ton of meat, which has a ton of B vitamins. How am I deficient? It's because you're not absorbing them, because you've got some other issues going on. This is where iodine could cause a problem if you are damaged. This is why they say take the companion nutrients with it. You got to do the salt loading, and that you should work with a doctor if possible. Now, almost every single doctor that you're going to ask about iodine is going to go, oh my gosh, no, that's how we kill someone's thyroid. And it's true. They use radioactive iodine to treat a whole lot of thyroid issues, because it'll go in and it'll kill certain parts of the thyroid. This is non-radioactive iodine, 2 totally different things. So there is so much more involved to this. Like I said, it's not like vitamin C, where you can just take larger amounts of vitamin C and you'll just pee out whatever you don't use. You can actually hurt yourself with the iodine. So you have to continue your education. I cannot tell you enough. I cannot tell you enough on this platform, especially in this way, for you to be able to treat yourself properly. Like Richard, he had to back way, way, way down because of the bromide detox. So he might be one that has to go find a doctor who is iodine literate. I seriously doubt there's a VA doctor who is iodine literate, which stinks because he has to go to a VA doctor. Because once you're 100% disabled through the VA, they're the only ones that will see you. Nobody else will see you. So we got to figure out how to work that. I'm going to see if I can get a consult with an iodine literate doctor somehow. Y'all, I don't even know. So let me see. We talked about food. We talked about iodine. I'm trying to think if there was something else. Yeah, that book is... Oh, Lindsay Murphy she read something that said don't put iodine in your hot coffee because it will evaporate the iodine and you won't be able to access it. And someone posted on YouTube and they asked me about that because I put it in my coffee every morning. And so I messaged her and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, who said what? I need to know. Like, educate me, please. And she was like, I can't remember where it was, but that's what they said. And I said, that's weird because everything I've seen all the way from, I kid you not, I'll have to see if I kept the screenshot. One person said, oh, I had to turn my phone back on. I already turned it off. I forgot. Give it a minute. I took a screenshot and the guy basically said, if you're cooking with iodine, unless your pan is the same temperature as the sun, then your iodine, because it's an element, is not going to be affected. It'll be fine. But then I asked my slightly chemistry nerd of a husband what his take. Okay, so he has a periodic table app on his phone. I love my husband. And it says that, okay, iodine, 53 iodine, atomic number 53, atomic weight, blah, 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 density melting. Okay, so the melting point of iodine is 236.39 degrees Fahrenheit or 113.55 degrees Celsius. The boiling point is 184 degrees Celsius and 363 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's not how hot I drink my coffee. My coffee is not that hot. I like my coffee at like 160 degrees, maybe 180. If you go to McDonald's, like they brew it closer to 200, but they're not supposed to. They actually got sued over that because that's why they have that little disclaimer on the lid that says caution, contents hot, is because they were brewing it too hot. So they were told to turn it down, if I'm getting my story right. They were told to turn down their temperature of brewing their coffee. So it's supposed to be below 200. So I've heard you'd have to melt it on the sun down to, this is the boiling point according to my husband's app, and then you're gonna ruin it with the hot coffee. So I'm not sure. So if anyone knows, okay, let me see. Dr. Jarvis, one of the first doctors ever to encourage iodine, suggested taking it in water with apple cider vinegar. I do that every morning. There you go. Oh, I cannot stand apple cider vinegar, and I wish I could. Guys, like seriously, I wish I could. Coffee is how most people take it. It's not delicious. Oh my gosh. If you put it under, I've had some people that actually took it and dropped it on or under their tongue. It's like sucking on a mouthful of pennies and it burns. Like it is not pleasant. So most people put it in their coffee. So I was like, oh my gosh, Lindsay, am I telling people wrong? So we talked this morning for a little while and she couldn't find the other article and I kept finding other things. So we're not sure. I have not finished the iodine book by Dr. Brownstein. He may address it in there, and I just don't know it yet. I haven't gotten there. I hate apple cider vinegar. I hate it, y'all. Like in a salad dressing, I could do it, but that was the only way I could do apple cider vinegar. So if you want to be uber safe, drink your iodine in a cold beverage. Problem solved. All I know is that I put my iodine in my fairly hot coffee, and I can feel the difference. So it could be something to be ultra safe. Just put it in cold liquid. You'll be good. The reason I don't is that if I get up and I drink water in the morning, then I'm really, really not hungry. So I can't drink water in the morning. I drink this because this triggers my hunger. That will make me hungry. So then I will eat, which is why I've been putting my iodine in there. If I put my iodine in my water, I wouldn't start drinking water. I don't usually start drinking water until like noon or 2. That is too late for me to take my iodine. That will keep me up, like seriously. The one thing I did do though, I lowered my dose to 50 milligrams. Just, it's like 50 or 40. Y'all, I gotta find the conversion. It's going to be, it's like 42, maybe 43, probably 43 milligrams with the 20%. Because I'm really getting the hot flashes at night. And it's not night sweats, it's just hot flashes. But I seem to be getting more of them if I take the 3 drops versus the 2 drops. So I went back down to the 2 drops because I keep waking up and I'm just so hot. Okay, I use 4 ounces of water, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and about 10 drops of Keto Chow Daily Minerals. Gulp it down. That's almost what my husband does. He does, it's like 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar, a quarter or a half a teaspoon of the Keto Chow Daily Minerals. And then he was putting his iodine in it, but that was when he was on just the 2%. And then he mixes it with a can of lime LaCroix. And that is his special drink. That's his soda replacement. So he drinks that usually when he's eating his dinner, just after he eats his dinner. Okay. Have you kept off the 100 pounds you lost from keto, as you said, gained going once carnivore? So I was about 275 pounds when I first started keto. And unlock my phone. I'll try to show you a picture. I don't know if it'll work. I think it's in the very first video I did. That Eat Like a Lion. I think I put our before pictures in there. But this is, I'll try to show you guys. We'll see. I don't know if you can kind of see it. So that was right around my heaviest. I stopped weighing myself at 252, but I went up another 1 to 2 pant sizes before I went on keto. So I know I was more than 252. I was a size 22. So I was 275. I am now 160. 155, 158, 160. Literally, it does this all the time, like up and down, up and down. So I just say 160. It's a good round number. So I'm still 115 pounds down from where I was. My lowest weight was 153. Now, the reason my lowest weight was 153 is I was doing the PSMF, and I was doing it 2 to 3 times a week. And then I kind of used that as an excuse to not eat much. So I've had to come to grips with the fact that, I have an eating disorder, because I would just rather not eat. I'm okay with that. And that number on the scale became more important than fueling my body properly. So my lowest weight was 153. And I was in a size 6 at 153. So sizes are weird, but I hold weight differently. I've always been a pretty heavy person. Like, I have pretty dense bones. We have no osteoporosis, no osteopenia in my family at all. We're all pretty big boned. And I hide my weight. Usually it's down lower. It's kind of the estrogen dominance in my legs. Not like lipedema or lymphedema, but that's usually kind of where I carry my weight more, because I've got the hourglass shape waist now. But it's mostly in my legs and my hips is where I carry it. So I am heavier now, but I also think that I'm healthier now because I'm actually eating. I am 5'8". Yeah, I'm 5'8". Most people don't know that. Everyone thinks I'm shorter, but I'm not. So I'm 5'8", and it's a journey. I'm not there yet. I'm still getting there, but I've had to put my scale care away. I still weigh myself every single morning because I want to see how the food that I ate the night before affected me. Across the board, if I get enough food, I will go down. Yesterday I didn't get enough food, so I went up. I was like 160.8 this morning because I didn't eat enough food yesterday. It's so counterintuitive to what you think it would be. So I'm trying. It's funny because after talking with, Lindsay and Janet and Neely, Lindsay and Neely are dairy free. And of course I'm like, oh, maybe I should go dairy free. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should give up coffee. Richard gave up coffee after we got this last fun sickness, illness it is. He went off coffee. He's been trying to get rid of it anyways. He went off coffee and lost 10 pounds almost immediately. So I started going, oh, you know what? Maybe I should give up coffee. No. This morning I looked at my husband and I said, babe, I need you to keep me on track because I want to give up dairy and I want to give up coffee. You guys, I barely eat. I can't give up more stuff. Like, I'm not eating enough. Hi, Marty. So I can't give up more stuff. If I can get myself consistently eating between 1,700 and 2,000 calories every day for like a month, maybe even 2, then I will look at taking out the dairy. Then I will look at taking out the coffee, unless I get tests that prove that one of those is like actually inflammatory to me. Dude, I can't. So I cannot fall victim to trying too many things at once. Right now, I've got to focus on getting enough nutrition for my body. So I'm telling you guys this so that you can keep me accountable. And because if you say it out loud to people, then you feel like you really have to stick to it because you don't want to let anyone else down. And I don't want to let you guys down. So I'm going to focus on getting enough food and not cutting out anymore because too many protocols, people, too many protocols. Aw, you're so sweet. Yeah, I'm absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Then I'm like, and my husband, my sweet husband, I said something about losing more weight and he goes, why? He goes, I love you just the way you are. He was like, stop worrying about it. He's like, I think you're gorgeous. He's never liked like super pencil thin people. So he likes my curves. He's like, stop. He's like, you're gorgeous. Of course, he's losing 10 pounds. So he's 18 pounds heavier than I am. And that's it. And you know, us women, we don't like it when the guys weigh less than we do. I got to get over that. I got to do it. Been stalled for nearly a year, but I eat over a pound of meat daily. I'm going 100% plant-free to see if it helps. Yeah. Experiment. It's so hard to know what's going to work. I would love to be able to say, yes, go carnivore and it'll fix everything, or change your protein to fat macros and it'll change everything. Or yeah, I completely agree with you. Do an experiment, see what happens. Try to stick with it for 30 days because you're probably not going to get your results or your answer in a week or 2. Ooh, the door. I hear the door. Oh, it's my husband. It's working. It explains about iodine in coffee. It's the other stuff in low quality coffee. What do you mean, Blaze? Teach me. Teach me more stuff, honey. Tell me more. Marty says, exactly. I'm finally smaller. He bought shorts, 32-inch waist. Yours is down to 29. Nice. I think I measured my waist the other day. I think that's about what I was at too. It was like a 30, 29 and a half, something like that. I was like, oh my gosh. Also detoxing bromide and oxalates. My body needs to be allowed to do that with more deprivation. Yes, I cannot go off dairy. I cannot go off of coffee until I get my body to where I'm eating more. I wasn't even hungry yesterday. I could have not eaten today. I could have not eaten yesterday. Wouldn't have even noticed. So, no, my hunger hormones are totally screwy. I can't. I got to stop worrying about the scale. I got to stop worrying about everything else. Of course, and then there's also that I did an interview with Kim Howerton yesterday as well. That'll go up next Saturday. I talked with her about being in the spin cycle and saying that you're going to do something and then not doing it. Yeah, with me, it would be exercise. I don't want to exercise, but everyone's telling me I should exercise. And then I feel guilty for not exercising. So then I try and then I fail and then I feel guilty. So y'all get to watch her coach me on this episode of me getting okay with not exercising. And that I need to just like accept the fact that I'm in the spin cycle, and when it's time, I will do it, and I'm going to get there. It's going to be okay. But I think I have some trauma actually from exercise because I'm a very klutzy person. So yeah. I'm keto carnivore-ish for about 5 months. My skin is so dehydrated and dry. My nails are chipping more and my hair is falling out. So much should I be worried? I take protein, fats, electrolytes, and iodine. Okay. So my question is, how much fat are you eating? Because generally speaking, most people find improvements on keto carnivore with their skin when they go either one of these 2 ways, because they up their fat intake, and it's a superior fat to what they were consuming before. So if you're doing plant fats like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, those are inferior to the animal fats. That could help you if you switched over to the animal fats and increase them some more. That means you may have to start eating less protein if you're over consuming protein and not enough fat. Like there's a balancing act that needs to happen. Nails are chipping and more hair is falling out. That there's definitely a hormonal imbalance going on. So taking a look at exactly what you're eating is what needs to happen. If you are not tracking, I would suggest that you start tracking. You need to track for like a week to get your averages of how much protein and fat and carbs that you are consuming. Electrolytes don't really have much to do with the hair and the skin and the nails. That is more of the protein and the fats and the balance between the two for you. And then how much iodine you're taking also, because I had to go up to, I think I was up at least 25 milligrams before my hair stopped falling out. So I had to be at a pretty high dose. I was at 12 drops of the 2% before my hair stopped falling out. So just the few drops a day wasn't enough. But I do know that some people have to be on higher doses. So there's actually a lot to that. I lost 150 pounds on keto in about a year and a half, no exercise, and 60 years old. I'm so jealous. I'm gonna be real. I'm jealous because I think that if I had lost 150 pounds, honestly, 150 would have been a little bit too much for me. But 140 pounds, then it would have been perfect. But for me, it was not effortless by any means. I had to like seriously dial stuff in, and I probably could have stayed keto and continued to lose weight because that's the majority of my weight came off on keto, but I wasn't doing keto right. I was doing the high oxalate keto and not enough protein keto, which is why my hair started falling out and I started having hormonal issues. And I don't have a cycle. I don't have a uterus. So I don't have a monthly cycle. So I don't know what that's doing. I don't track it with basal temperature. I don't pay attention to it. Generally, we just know because I'm emotional more than normal. I'm increasing omega-3 with canned fish and cod liver to help with the dryness and skin issues. Some people, yeah, I really want to say generally it's the fats. Because if you're eating good fats, the omega-3s especially, then you are going to have superior oils to build your new lipid layers with. So that can make a big difference. It's usually the fats, increasing the fats, but I don't want to say it's always that because you could be eating 90% fat, and then that's not the case. Yes, I know. 150 pounds on keto. Like, I'm so jealous. Congratulations. I'm very jealous. I wish that would be my story. I actually told that to Richard the other day. I was like, I want to be one of those people who it just works for. And he goes, I don't want you to be that person. Because then you can't share your journey with everyone else who isn't like that. Because if everybody who is in the space, who is an influencer, is the person who can just eat meat and get healthy, then the rest of us are out there going, well, then there's something wrong with me, when in fact it doesn't work for everybody. So he's very happy that it doesn't work for me because we've always wanted to be real. You know, we want to show you guys the struggles. We want to show you guys everything. And that includes, I tried keto, I tried carnivore alone, and it's just not quite enough. Time for me to tweak some stuff. Sitting down to take a break from housework and saw him live. Yeah, I know I got cut off because of my internet. It was horrible. Yes, Lindsay's got family coming to visit. We have been keeping our house fantastically clean because we have had homeschool friends come over frequently. It's been fun. Let me see. I talked about you, Lindsay, though. I talked about the whole iodine thing that neither one of us really knows what we're doing. And put it in the coffee. Don't put it in the coffee. I don't know. I told them to be safe. Just put it in a cold liquid. Be good. So, yeah, we'll see. I have been eating a 50-50 ratio of carnivore for some time now, and I am up 7 pounds. Need to lose, not gain. Okay, here's the thing. If you are over-consuming your macros by way too much, like your TDE, your total daily energy expenditure, let's say that it's like me, and I'm right at 1,800 calories a day is what I need to live my sedentary life to be able to function properly. If you're eating 2,000, 2,500 calories, that's going to make you gain weight. People say calories don't matter. For some of us, they do. Hi, I'm one of them. So that could be what it is. You could be over-consuming, or you could be rebuilding. If your bones were starting to get really, really brittle because you weren't eating enough protein when you were on your diet prior to this, or your muscles were beginning to atrophy, or your organs were even shrinking some. Like some people have noticed, doctors have noticed that when people go on a meat-heavy keto or carnivore diet, their kidneys actually beef up. They get heavier, they get bigger, they get stronger. So that's what happens when you switch over to a carnivore diet. Your muscles grow, your bones grow, your organs grow without you doing anything else to it. Vanessa Spina actually talks about this, and I'll have to see if I can find it. But she has she does this experiment where she went carnivore for 2 years. So she got a DEXA scan at the beginning of, before she started carnivore. 2 years into the carnivore, you're good, baby. 2 years into the carnivore experiment of hers, she got another DEXA scan. Now, she had only done a few weeks of yoga at the very end of her carnivore journey, her 2-year carnivore journey. She went up 8 pounds of lean muscle without exercising. She gained weight, but she didn't gain fat. Now, it is very possible to gain fat on a carnivore diet. I have done it. I have overconsumed fat and dairy just for an experiment so that I could prove that it could be done. And I gained fat on a carnivore diet. So that is very possible, but there's lots of things that it could be. You could be under eating, and that's why your body is hanging on to things. You could be building new bone and muscles. That's why you're seeing the scale go up. There's so many things that it could be. And I would love to be able to tell you exactly what it is, but I would have to talk to you about exactly what you were eating and everything what you've been doing for the past. So how long? Oh, sometime now. You didn't tell me how long. Okay. Carnivore was not the golden ticket I hoped it would be, right? But got stuff out of it for sure. I wish I could have been one of those for whom it worked. I know. You are my people. Because I wish I was just that lucky. But my husband, I love that man. He's like, nope, I'm glad you're not, because people need to see there's another side to this. Some people can just eat meat and get results. Kelly Hogan and Isabella Ma just ate meat and got amazing results. I'm jealous. I really am. I tried it. It did not work. So thank you. I will up my fats and track everything, I guess. I know. Tracking doesn't have to be forever. Just it's nice to know. It's good to get an idea. I do feel more PMS lately, so it could be hormonal. Are beef cracklings also a good fat to eat regularly? I think so. Absolutely. I think that's probably one of the best ways to get in fat is to eat it from, especially cow, if you tolerate it well. And absolutely. So plug it into Carb Manager. There is a tracking video. I actually changed the name of it. It's like demystifying macros and tracking now. I changed it because it was a little bit catchier that way. So if you need help with Carb Manager, you can go watch it. Get the free version. Don't pay for a Carb Manager. You don't have to. Sometimes your body can hold or add weight when you're healing internal issues. Yep. And healing comes first. Carnivore is a healing diet. It is not, as I punch myself. Carnivore is a healing diet. It's not a weight loss diet, because health is the goal. Go away. There's a fluffy. So, yeah. Going carnivore does cause temporary weight gain for many women. Hopefully it's muscle and bone density. Yes, do it. Neither nor carnivore were the answer, but ketovore. Oh yeah, so neither keto nor carnivore were the answer for Marty, but ketovore. I love ketovore, y'all. I love it. Like I love the middle land. It is fantastic. I'm hanging at the room temp water to add the iodine until we know more. Do it, girl. I feel the difference with the coffee. I explained why I don't do. Hi, Shauna, you made it. I explained why I don't do it in my water because if I drink water first, I'll never eat. Because I ate 2 cups of food yesterday. Oh, and a cup of yogurt. No, it was like half a cup of yogurt. Yeah, I barely ate yesterday, Lindsay. I'm very bad. I'm a very naughty girl. Kizzy, Kelly Hogan. Oh, Yvette said Kelly Hogan mentioned gaining weight for 6 months. So did Bella. Isabella Mott and Kelly Hogan. They gained for 6 months. They both gained like 25 pounds before they stopped. And they were both okay with it because healing was their goal. So they were okay with it. You just, yeah. You got to make the choice. Are you okay to go ahead and gain the weight and then you will lose it eventually as long as you're not super over consuming everything? You got to make that decision. Or do you want to reverse diet slowly and add a little bit? Yeah. Girlfriend, I have been ketovore and carnivore for 3.5 years and I've only lost 30 pounds. I need to drop at least 80 pounds more. It will happen with increased health. Yeah. One of the ladies in my Mighty Network, Donna, she hasn't lost anything, like no weight whatsoever, but she kicked cancer's butt. I think that's more important than losing weight. And she healed her adrenals. So she's like, I don't care if I never lose a pound. She beat cancer without conventional treatment. She did it with carnivore and supporting supplements. So yeah, it's just, sometimes we have to make these hard decisions. It's sad. Yeah, I see, Shauna, you made it here for a short time. Yeah. Dr. Barry puts iodine in his coffee, and I think he was putting some in Nisha's scrambled eggs. I think he said, that's what, I was pretty sure I saw Dr. Barry. Okay, I love the man, but he also says we don't need as much. But I think that there's some of us who do need more, which is why I'm doing my little experiment, and I'm telling everyone, please, please, please be careful. Be very careful with this iodine stuff. Like, it's intense. I have iodine drops in my coffee and my ice water with electrolytes. Marty, we're not going to talk about your iodine, okay? This woman, you don't have a thyroid, do you, Marty? I don't think you do. She does like way, way, way bigger doses of iodine, and she feels fantastic on it, but I'm not. No people. Most people will not be able to do that. Oh, yes. So, Blaze, that's an excellent question. Do you use non-fluoride water in your coffee? Okay. So, iodine is kind of beaten up by the halide family in halide. I'm saying it wrong. Family in the periodic table. That is fluoride, chloride, and then bromide. I think there might be another version of one of those. So those are the ones that displace and mess with iodine. Fluoride, which is in your toothpaste and your drinking water and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, my water is unfluoridated because I am on a well. When we lived in the city, I had a Berkey and we had the fluoride filters attached to it to make sure that the fluoride was taken out of our system. We use unfluoridated toothpaste, and we also, when we go to the dentist, we do not let them put the fluoride on our teeth either. We completely avoid the stuff like the plague, and that works better for us. My daughter, Bernia, and I both get sores and ulcers inside of our mouths whenever we get the fluoride. So we stopped getting the fluoride. And we actually stopped getting cavities when we stopped the fluoride too. The the iodine drop on my skin per Rimka, and it took 4 hours to disappear. Yeah, she said that, and I was like, I've heard both. I've heard, yes, the skin patch test is fantastic, and then I've also heard it's useless if you have like lotion on your skin that's going to prevent absorption, or if you're really dehydrated, then it'll mess it up. When she said it, I was like, oh, well, maybe it's worth it. Oh, maybe I should do that. Should I do that real quick? I'm going to use the 2% though. So here's the 2%. And I'm sorry to say that a lot of people and places are out of iodine right now. I'm going to put it on my skin. I'm going to try to do it to where you guys can see. So you're supposed to paint like a square. And they say to do it on the inside of your arm because that's the best place to absorb it with your skin and stuff. So I'm painting. But this is the patch that they're talking about, putting it on your skin. But it's running down, so I'm going to try to stop making it run down. Ooh, I got a couple of really dark spots. That's funny. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Dr. Anthony Chaffee had an interview with a man whose mother painted her breast with iodine to reduce her cancerous tumors. Yes, that is in the book, The Iodine Crisis, so many times, talking about painting the affected area, the breast. Oh, that is funny, y'all. I ended up with really, like, 2 really dark spots. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. That is weird. So there's my arm. That's not a spot. Oh, it is a spot now. There we go. Oh, yeah. How funny is that? So you're supposed to let it sit on your skin and see how fast you absorb it. And if you absorb it super fast in a couple of hours, then you are pretty iodine deficient. And if it stays on there for a long time, then you're better. I mean, it's like the really cheap way to, you know, kind of the cheating way to test it without actually getting the iodine loading test. My sister just did that. She painted her breast and she got a clear mammogram ultrasound. That is so amazing. Time it. Oh yeah, what time is it? 1:38. Okay. So I finished painting my arm at 1:38. I don't know if it's better to use the 20% or the 2%. This is the 2%. So I'm still, I'm already absorbing it pretty darn fast. So I know I'm iodine deficient. We have a history of thyroid problems in our family. My mom has Hashimoto's disease. So I am positive that I am very iodine deficient. Because iodine helps your thyroid work better, and our thyroids are crap. So, and I always got the, oh yeah, you have normal, it's in the normal range. Normal or optimal, there's a difference. That's what's so cool about functional medicine practitioners, is that they prefer you to be in the optimal range, not normal range. When he put the iodine on her breast, what type did he use? I've seen people use tincture of iodine on the outside instead of the Lugol's. This is formulated for internal. And in the book, they talk about you can use tincture of iodine on the outside, but not on the inside. Because like povidone, they'll use that for cleaning and clearing out your skin from bacteria and viruses and everything for surgeries. But that is not safe for internal. So external can be different than internal. I think the external sometimes is cheaper, which is nice. But yeah, I guess the UK is completely out of iodine. Here in the United States, Lugol's Naturals, where we ordered the 20% through, they are now only allowing 1 bottle to be purchased at a time because of she says, oh, my sister used white tincture of iodine. So a lot of people are buying up the iodine right now. And I don't think it's because of me. It's because of the world situation right now. So because iodine is protective against certain types of warfare. Yeah, we'll just say that. Oh, Lindsay says, I'm at between 18 and 24 drops of 2% right now. I feel like my Iron Man suit got an upgrade. Dude, it's like so amazing. I debated bumping up to 36 drops just to see what happens. Some people can jump, Marty being one of them, can jump way up, way fast and do fantastic. Dr. Brownstein takes most of his patients from 0 to 50 right away. He gives them the companion nutrients and says, take this. So that's what, it's still there. My dark spots are going away though. The dark spots were kind of weird. It was weird. But yeah, so that's that. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did put up the video with Fit Girl Jules. That was a really fun conversation and we absolutely hit it off. Like I adore her. Ayana, one of my other moderators, has been trying to get us to talk to each other for a little while. Marty, you're such a smart butt. Lindsay, that's only 90 milligrams. Oh my gosh. I love Marty. Marty is also one of my moderators. Yeah, I love my people. I got good people. Okay, so I've been on here. It's been over an hour if you put the two together. So I really should let you guys go so you can get back to your Saturday. I was going to go kill roosters, but I'm not killing roosters until I get a better knife because I want them to fall asleep and not realize that they're dying. That's the better way than running up to them, grabbing them and snapping their neck. I just can't, y'all. I just can't. So we're going to do that. Yes. Okay. So Stephanie's like, I just got on and now I'm getting off. I'm sorry. Yeah. I think the term normal should be replaced with typical on those labs. Agreed. 100% agreed. Like I said, Danny likes optimal. Optimal range, not normal range. Optimal. Let's go with that. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm going to try to go live every Saturday. I'm going to try to be consistent with that. So I'm hoping 12 Central Standard Time, between 12 and 2 Central Standard Time on Saturdays is when I plan to go live. I will keep you guys in the loop. I might be taking a trip here very soon, a fun meat party trip. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys up to date. And just in case you're in my Facebook group, the ordering for the Norwex party ends Sunday. So, or even if you weren't part of the party, but you still needed to get some Norwex products, I can send you the link. It's over in my Facebook group. I am now thoroughly addicted to Norwex, and I got Shauna addicted, and I got Yvette addicted. Yeah, sorry, but it's fun. So have a fantastic weekend, guys. And hopefully I will see you next weekend. I love you all. I'll see you later.